Welcome to Breakaway. Today's guest is an entrepreneur and sports card collector who's utilized two aspects of what make America great: capitalism and free markets. Sports trading cards are making a massive comeback, and NFTs such as NBA Top Shot look to be the future of the sports card trading market. Don't know what NFTs are? No worries. We're going to break it down for you, along with how and why so many invest in sports cards, how flipping, ripping, and grading work, and we'll even rip open a pack of cards valued over $5,000. I can't wait. I'm John Root, and this is Breakaway. Welcome to Breakaway. Today's guest has made a living off of buying, selling, trading, and making protective sleeves for sports cards. Sports cards are taking off, and Dustin Williams, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, man.
And Brian, it's great to see you, buddy.
Always good to be back.
But tell us about Caviar Collectibles. So that's your business, and then you make protective sleeves for cards.
I mean, I do make protective sleeves. I think I'm kind of an entrepreneur first, but I went into my local, we call it a LCS, local card shop, and I said, hey, I spent like $20,000 in cards. I was ripping them open, and it's like, oh, you can only have one pack of top loaders. I said, wait, what?
So those are what those are called?
Yeah, top loaders.
Okay.
And I said, I just spent $20K on a case of cards, and you can only sell me one card. He's like, yeah, we're limited on them. And I said, well, I'm gonna nip that in the butt right now. I'm gonna go start my own company. So it's been good. Yeah, we make premium quality protective, sleeves, top loaders, everything to keep all these investments safe for everybody. So it's been awesome.
And now it's making a massive comeback, and this is a cultural phenomenon. Once again, why is it making a comeback?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like as millennials get older and we actually have this kind of money to throw around, it's been really funny because the nostalgia comes in, and that's kind of one thing you and I were talking about, is the nostalgia is kind of what has driven this to really make a comeback.
Well, I think too, it's not just coming back, because of all the cool things that, we're going to talk about today, but also they fixed the issue. Because the reason I think it only went away, which is pretty crazy, is because they were just running the same card, just sheets of them, right, forever. Yeah. And obviously there's a ton of economics to this, supply and demand, so I think they fixed that issue with creating more limited sets. There's just way more numbered cards. There was never numbered cards back in the day. We all wanted the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, or we wanted, and they just printed them forever. Mm-hmm. And so they fixed that too, which makes it really cool.
And you got people like Gary Vee talking about this quite a bit. Big time athletes and celebrities. So you got people like Steve Aoki that are investing in cards now too.
Yeah, Aoki's going hard.
This is a big business.
He's going hard. Yeah, and what's cool too is so Panini, they'll pay the players to sign the card, so we can get now autographs in packs. Mm-hmm. But some of these players, like LeBron James, even posted when his rookie card sold for a couple $1,000,000. He posted, he said, "Oh, I got a few of those." Meaning, I think they're scooping up. They're getting paid to sign them, and I think they're scooping a few of them on the way. So.
And then it's kind of similar to, I know sneaker culture is massive, but you can invest in maybe a pair of sneakers that are over like $300, but you're going on the sneakers app and you're buying one pair of shoes. Yeah. But now here it's like you might have a batch of cards that you can pay just like $6 for. You can pay for a pack. You can't buy like a bunch of these sneakers.
No.
So this makes more sense when it comes to investing, but it's similar to sneaker culture.
Yeah, I think the main thing too with investing is that like rookie cards are like IPOs. Like that's the first time, like that's his stock. So it's like if you believe in a player too, it's like if you want to invest in the stock market, you're leaving it up to the board of directors, the company. It's completely out of your hands. You're just you're on your Robinhood app and you're buying stocks, whatever. It's cool, it's fun, right? But you can actually see a player perform, and once his rookie card has been printed in that specific year, like that's done, that's sealed, that's how it's going to be forever. That's his specific rookie card, and now you can even grade those to make them more rare, and so it's pretty cool, man.
Well, so Dusty, who are like you say this is like an IPO, like stock? Who are kind of some of the guys right now that you look at as stock rising?
What I like to do is find the guys that are sleepers, that are on maybe like teams that haven't yet, made it to the championship. Like for example, I was buying Devin Booker 2 years ago because there's not a better pure scorer out there, but the Suns hadn't been winning. And so that's really what you want to find, is you want to find the guys that are just kind of sleepers but have all those tools. So, I've been buying Booker forever. This year I'm buying Emmanuel Quickley. I love the Kentucky guards because Calipari just knows how to pick those guys. Yeah. De'Aaron Fox. Look at Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's a huge buy because Denver hasn't really won. They went pretty far this year, but you want to buy the guys who eventually are going to get to a mega team and who are going to be MVP caliber. Imagine this. Imagine if you could buy Michael Jordan's rookie this year and it was his first card. That's what you can do with Lewis Hamilton. And so, I mean, I'm buying Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, the Red Bull driver, because these guys have never had a trading card, you know, a legitimate trading card before this year. It's betting in like in the highest level. I mean, I just think it's really important that people like realize that we're not talking about like this is like a, you know, $7-10 pack, but you mean a National Treasure box, which is like the pinnacle of collecting. Those are $3,000 boxes.
That has nothing to do with Nicolas Cage.
No, I mean, we're talking like big time gambling. I mean, you can buy, I mean, some of these boxes are $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 just for 8 cards in that pack. So it's unreal.
Yeah. I love having this conversation. We're going to keep it going too. I'm going to go one-on-one with Dustin Williams. We're going to talk about how grading card works, and we're going to talk about how NFTs are the future of sports cards. I'm John Root, and this is Breakaway. Well, welcome back to Breakaway. We are going one-on-one with our guest, Dustin Williams. He's a sports card collector and entrepreneur. First off, how did you get into sports cards?
It was like 3 or 4 years ago. I started to really get deep into baseball, and I saw they were selling packs down at the ballpark, and I bought a few packs just for fun, and I pulled a Fernando Tatis, and I'm like, dude, this kid's a stud.
Yep.
So I started to look at it on eBay, and I'm like, this card is like worth $50.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it, and I started looking on eBay, and like, I just went down this rabbit hole. I'm like, dude, some of these cards are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And I was kind of looking at the time for some alternate investments and something, you know, that I was passionate about. And I'm like, this is the coolest thing in the world. There's so many facets to it, and it sucked me in, and I became, you know, I fell in love with it.
Right now, it's making a comeback. We talked about that a little bit earlier, but why is it like the Wild Wild West?
I think it's the Wild Wild West because one, it's not really regulated. And so that's the thing. Like, if you go to like there's a national convention every year in well, this year it was in Chicago, but you have 16-year-old kids walking around with sealed briefcases, pretty much handcuffed to their wrists, and they have $1 million, you know, $500,000 Pat Mahomes rookie cards in those boxes. And so it's just, there's just so many things where it's not regulated. You literally could go into Target and get a pack that has a $50,000 card in there. Yeah. And there's just, it's crazy, man. So many cash deals happening on the side. It's fun.
Yeah. So you've gone to a few of those conferences too. So like you meet some pretty intense people.
Oh, there's hedge funds. There's venture capital firms that are buying up. Like Nat Turner just bought the grading company PSA. I think it's rumored to be around $1 billion is what they paid for that. There's Steve Aoki's going hard. Gary Vee's been, you know, talking about this for 2 years now and pumping up the industry. And I mean, there's a lot of hype behind it, but also there's the basic economics behind it are so cool to get involved with and understand, like supply and demand, and to be able to connect it to obviously our alternate investments and the gambling side of it. There's just so many cool facets to it.
And then grading, we got to go over that too, because that's something. You have different grading companies. You got Sports Card Guarantee Corporation, Professional Sports Authenticator, PSA. You were talking about.
PSA's the pinnacle, so they're the top dog. A PSA 10 is the pinnacle. We're kind of the pinnacle. It is the pinnacle, but Beckett.
So is it 1 to 10?
Yeah, they grade on a 1 to 10 system. They don't do stair test, they don't do 9.5s. Beckett's pretty much the second biggest right now.
Yeah.
BGS, they give 9.5s on a lot of their cards. But grading's a 4-tier system. So they look at the edges of the card, they look at the corners, they look at the surface, and then they look at the centering. Yeah. And so basically they do a sum of those 4 indicators to grade a card 1 through 10. And so Beckett does something that PSA doesn't do. They actually give a perfect 10 black label card, and those do like 3 times what a PSA 10 does. But those are what we call unicorns. They're super rare. Yeah. Like black label cards are crazy.
There's almost, I'm sure, some of those sharks that are trying to maybe work with these companies to get a grading up a little bit from a 9.5 to a 10.
You get it, you know, a half step or a full step. You're talking about, well, just take the Michael Jordan. I mean, I think they were up to around $1 million for a PSA 10, and then every step down, it's a huge bell curve. Yeah. And so basically an 8 can go, you know, 200,000 down to, you know, a 6 is only 12 grand. So it's huge. The curve is so steep at the top getting up to the 10. But it helps the supply and demand. It helps keep, hey, there could be 20,000 Michael Jordans, but I think there's only, you know, a few hundred, you PSA 10s, and so it really keeps that investing pool limited, and it keeps it exciting to where they know we're not just going to get overrun with too many of these cards. So
yeah, and then obviously right now like crypto's big.
Yeah.
But NFTs. So you're talking about NBA Top Shot.
Shot.
Everyone's saying that this is the future of sports cards and trading and everything like that. So what exactly are those, and why is that just making its way into sports?
Yeah, I think Top Shot's cool. I think the issue I have with Top Shot, and I think why a lot of people are doing is pumping it, so much money into it right now, is just because it's like the next best, it's the newest thing, all the hype's behind it. But I think one of the coolest thing that we've talked about is with sports cards or art or anything that's an alternate investment, it's tangible and it's something that there's nostalgia. But NFTs, it's crazy the money that's going into them. They're basically, you own the right to anything, to that digital, that imagery or whatever it is. And so the problem with it that I've seen is that they can keep producing some parts of that in Top Shot and keep like changing the serial number, lowering the serial number, which I like to know that, hey, I pulled, I have the, let's say like we have the Kyler Murray here that I can show off, but once it's graded and once it's numbered, like that is what it is. And so that's my only concern with NFTs, even though I think, we do live in a digital world, and so I think it is the future, but I think we just need to be careful about it because, we're opening the door to, once again, overproducing content and overproducing NFTs, and so that's my only concern.
Yeah, well, we could talk forever about this kind of stuff, but like you talked about, we got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cards actually on this table right here. We're gonna rip open this Topps Chrome box. We got some rookie cards, and these have not been opened. We got $5,000 worth of cards that we could open up right here on the show. Dustin, thanks so much. We're gonna be back. I'm John Root, and this is Breakaway. We're back with Dustin Williams. We also got producer Brian. What's up? We are going to go over some of your most rare top cards. We also got thousands of dollars worth of cards we could be ripping open right here. So let's start with some of your best cards and your most rare cards.
All right, cool story here. This is the Kyler Murray. What's cool about this card is we're talking about grading a little bit. This is graded a perfect 10. And so this is the Superfractor, and there's only 5 of these. See how you can see the serial number right here? It's numbered to 5.
So tell us how much money is in your hand right now?
That's what's crazy. If he continues to play at the levels that he's playing with, this thing
that
could be, that we want to play at. We're talking, a couple $100,000.
Really?
I've already been offered $100,000 for this.
Well, see, that's what's kind of really cool is the Cardinals are in an all-in year right now. They brought in A.J. Green, J.J. Watt. They made some serious moves. So, yeah, it's probably a great time to be owning him because the theory is everything's going up for the Cardinals right now, which means he would go up right.
Oh, yeah. And quarterbacks control, that's the weird thing. You got to learn if you're investing in sports cards, you got to learn all these different little things. 90% of the money and the value in NFL cards is in quarterbacks. It's like you think, oh, Christian McCaffrey, he's awesome, all these running backs. Like, people don't invest in receivers, and they don't bring the value that quarterbacks do. They hold 90%, I'd say, a good estimate of value of the entire market.
Add them to your fantasy team, but don't add them to your sports card investment.
Exactly.
And
Absolutely.
then what else you got?
Yeah, so we got this huge card right here, Lewis Hamilton. This is an inaugural year, PSA 10. This is what we're hoping to pull when we rip this box right here. We got Luka the Don, the great Luka Doncic, the future of the NBA right there. We have PSA 10. This is a Hyper Prism. And we have what I think to be is, the next GOAT, man, the great Pat Mahomes. This one runs this got up to about 18,000 during the Super Bowl. But yeah, I think these going around 12 to 15,000 right now. These are all graded perfect 10. So
you got them all in the Caviar Collectibles.
Got them all, man.
Right? Top loader, I got it right.
Yeah. What's cool about this is actually a Caviar. This sleeve that goes over this. We call this a perfect fit because if you got a $100,000 card, you don't want the case getting all scratched out. So that's perfectly fit in there, and it's pretty cool.
All right, let's rip open one of these boxes. All right, tell us what ripping and breaking is and everything.
Yeah, well, breaking's been a huge phenomenon because like this box, I paid only $750 for it. Right now on eBay, these are already going for $1,200.
Wow.
And a lot of kids want to own a Lewis Hamilton card, but they can't afford, the $1,200 box. So what they do is there's these breaking is when you buy a case of cards as a breaker. It's like people's profession. They literally will buy cases and cases of it, and they'll just auction out or sell out all the teams. And so you own the specific rights to that team. So it could be a $20,000 box of Prism, which is this, but a huge case of it. And I say, oh, I love the Suns, so I just want to collect Devin Booker. Well, I can buy just the Suns for $220, and I'll get all the cool Devin Booker cards out of that specific break. So that's breaking. For me personally, we call when a box or a pack is sealed, we just call it wax. And you can make tons of money just holding on to wax.
I hope you're writing this down, Brian.
I got to take all these notes, right?
So we've bought 4 cases of this, which is 12 boxes of this. I paid $7,500 for it. These cases are already $20 at $12,000. So I've almost doubled my money. I have probably $50,000-$60,000 in F1 now, and I'm in that for half of it. And I think it'll just continue to go up.
And while we rip this open, what are we looking for in this pack?
So
and what
obviously
pack is this?
we're looking for LaMelo. This is Prism. This is a retail pack. So if you've gone to Target to pick up, your groceries, and you saw 30 grown men standing in line, then
Getting in fights over packs.
Yeah, so basically they're fighting over these. These are retail for $7, and they're reselling anywhere from, I don't know what this is at now, $20, $30. So
Sheesh.
tons of people are flipping these. So it comes with a bonus pack, and then there's 12 cards in this pack. What we're looking for is the silver cards, like that have this iridescent on it. That's what we're looking for. Looking for like a silver LaMelo Ball. I like
Look
Anthony.
at the way he opens up these
I
cards,
like Anthony
too.
Edwards. So we pull it to the side there. We see that we got a green in there and we got a silver. So we're hoping that's a LaMelo Ball.
Anticipation's killing me.
Dude, this reminds me of like opening Pokemon cards.
So we got Jackson Hayes, just a base. KCP, Oladipo, Dragic. We're not doing very well. Shabazz, and here's the silver. Ooh, Tristan Thompson.
Tristan Thompson.
Kardashian curse, man. And then we got Shabazz, green. So here's Zeke, and then we're looking for the rookie right here. Nico Mannion.
Local boy though. Went to Pinnacle here in Scottsdale.
Good point guard, but I mean, basically, so this is a base rookie. You can see that it's off-centered a little bit, how this is probably, 70-30 centering, so I probably wouldn't even send, if this was even Anthony Edwards or LaMelo Ball, I don't even know if we'd spend the money to grade it. But that's it, and that's the rush. That's why people love this. We could have hit a $2,000-$3,000 card, but we still got the bonus pack.
Yep.
Let's see what we got here. So we got it, Dante, Siakam, and a Garland. No rookie. You want to hit rookie in these red, white, and blues. So
nothing good there.
Nothing good here.
That's what makes it exciting. So this one, we're going to open up one pack and tell us what this card pack is and what we're looking for again.
So in this, we're looking for Lewis Hamilton or Verstappen, and this stuff's amazing. So these literally could have a $100,000. Drive Survive made that one go crazy. Yeah. We're looking for a numbered parallel. So we got Bottas, Perez. I'll rip these super quick.
Man, I would be way too nervous to rip them these quick, dude.
This is a $1,200 box. If there could be a 101 Lewis Hamilton in here, probably $1 million card.
Wow, then lunch and dinner's on you.
Lunch and dinner's on me. Oh, there's a gold. Ooh. See, that's what we're looking for. We got Sebastian Vettel, to 50. So that's a nice hit.
So what do you think the value of that kind of card would be?
I mean, if it grades out of 10, probably looking at $200-$300 right now. But I mean, obviously things change, they go up. There's a Verstappen.
Love that.
And there's a silver.
Red Bull driver,
that's numbered to 70.
Jeez.
This stuff's beautiful.
Yeah, those are good looking cards too. I love that.
And see, I never would have thought F1. That's naturally.
There's a Hamilton.
Hey.
There's a Lando rookie. Oh, we hit a banger. That's a photo variation, Charles Leclerc. So because he's sitting down, that's beautiful. So Leclerc is Ferrari's top driver. So, I mean, that's a banger, man. That's a nice card. We didn't hit a Hamilton. Hopefully, there's the Mercedes team card, and no Hamilton. But
So right now, you feel like you did a fairly good job? Like, is this
okay.
a good investment here? Like, how much money are we talking about?
I mean, if this card grades out, I think over time this card will be $1,000 to $2,000 if Leclerc continues to win and if he wins and he does a good job. So I mean, that's what everyone's after. You see how there isn't any funny stuff inserts on this? This is just his main card.
Yeah.
And it's also a short print photo variation. because it's a different photograph on that card.
Man, I'll tell you what, that was exhilarating though.
I love it, dude.
That was a lot.
Rush.
That was a lot of fun, but it's super nostalgic too. But I don't know if it's going to be as exciting as the 40-second shot clock we got coming up next. Dustin Williams is going to be in the hot seat. I'm John Root, and this is Breakaway. Welcome back to Breakaway. You know how this works. We got this guy in the hot seat, Dustin Williams. Rapid fire questions, 40-second shot clock. Ready, set, go. Favorite card you own right now?
Well, the Kyler right there, man.
What are your favorite sports teams?
Oh, Phoenix Suns, man. Valley Boys, let's go.
This might be a tough one, but favorite card you wish you could get your hands on right now?
Ooh, I think a 1-of-1. I like Anthony Edwards. I think he's got tons of upside.
Good old Ant-Man.
Yep.
What's the worst card investment you've made?
Oof, Pete Alonso, man.
Card you'd never sell?
I never sell. I've got some 1-of-1s and low number Devin Bookers, and he's my boy. He's my PC. That's my personal collection. That's what we say.
If U.S. presidents had trading cards, what would be your must-have?
Oh man, Trump, man. Trump logo, man.
But that is the buzzer right there. Final one. We're gonna end on there. But Dustin, thanks so much. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was amazing. Appreciate it.
Producer Brian, always a good time.
Always.
Well, Dustin Williams, thanks so much for being here. That was nostalgic. I felt like a kid again. Thanks so much for being here. Producer Brian, always a good time, buddy. But join us next week for another authentic, unwoke sports conversation you won't hear anywhere else. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this episode so we can keep the conversation going all week long. I'm John Root, and this is Breakaway.